Welcome back, America. I'm Hugh Hewitt. Every now and then a story crosses my field of vision that I just want to stop and say, huh? And this is one of them. In November of 1981, a young man, Michael Jeffries, was abducted by four really rotten, terrible people, including Anthony Fiorella. He was walked up a mountainside. He was stabbed 65 times. Eventually, his throat was cut. He was murdered. And Fiorella pled guilty for life in prison without the possibility of parole in exchange for not having to face the death penalty because it was cold-blooded, premeditated murder. He's gone through a half dozen parole hearings where he's trying to get out of jail 40 plus years later, and his brother joins me now, Tim Jeffries. Hello, Tim. I'm so sorry for your loss 40 years ago, but I'm glad to have you on. Welcome to the Hugh Hewitt Show.
Abundant blessings to you, Hugh. Thank you so much for the opportunity to give voice to this unfolding injustice.
Would you tell us where the parole board meeting is and when it's being held and what the situation looks like?
There was the 11th parole hearing on July 15th, and two members of the parole board recommended parole for the remorseless murderer. And we remain in an absolute state of shock as a result. But as a result of their recommendation, it now goes before the full parole board of the state of Colorado on August 15th. It's a 9-member board. Obviously, 2 people already support it. So of the remaining 7, they only need 3 votes. But we need 5 of the 7 votes, and that is indeed a tall order given who appointed them.
Now, Tim, this was a cold-blooded execution of your brother. He was stabbed 65 times, and then, as I said, he wasn't dead, and Anthony Fiorella then cut his throat to assure that he would be dead. And he did a plea deal, right? He was going to be tried with a death penalty, but he did a plea deal. Am I right about that?
That's correct. As you know, murderers, rapists, the felonious tend to be cowards of the worst sort, preying on the innocent. And that is indeed what they did on my big brother. Thankfully, they found Michael in the Rockies, all sorts of miracles regarding that. And the folks were apprehended. One of the murderers committed suicide, so murder got him into jail, murder got him out. And Fiorella, although he claims he has remorse, does not have real remorse. And the fact that he fled the scene, the fact that he's not had remorse, to us further underscores why he took a plea deal to avoid a very vigorous death penalty prosecution.
So I'm curious about the Colorado board. Do they have a standard for reversing because a plea deal to avoid a death penalty charge is the hardest thing in the world to get out of. And if you go to life without parole, you're not supposed to get parole. And the 9 people can't put themselves back into 1981. What argument is Fiorella making or his attorneys making?
Well, first I'll point out to your listeners and viewers that every 30 minutes in America, someone is murdered. So during the course of this program, someone will be murdered on average. Every day in America, upwards to 50 people are murdered. The murders aren't just the big sensational murders we see in the news. They're happening every day, and they've been happening for years. Michael was murdered 44 years ago, and we've been dealing with this remorseless murderer literally for 44 years. Now, with the recommendation that he be paroled, which remains absolutely shocking, if not an absolute insult to Lady Justice, who not only has the balancers, but has a sword. There are 11 criteria that the Colorado Parole Board must review in assessing whether or not he's worthy for parole. And the best we can tell, and we're pretty honest, faithful folks, he doesn't meet 7 of them. So how he's even at this point is, it's not only beyond comprehension, it's brutal re-victimization.
Of course it is, and when I saw the Menendez brothers getting a retrial for parole, I thought this is wrong. Everyone knows it's wrong. It encourages people to murder, and those 9 people should not have a political career if they vote to release your brother's killer. Are they appointed by the governor, Governor Polis?
They are. 2 of the 9 are law enforcement representatives, so we're hopeful we'll have 2 anchors for our plea, and they will be pleas, desperate pleas. But the bulk have been appointed by Governor Polis, and I think it's fair to say that Colorado is a much different state than it was last century.
Well, he wants to be president, and he's not going to be president if his parole board lets murderers out of jail after they do plea deals to avoid the death penalty. Tim, is there any place that the public can go to register their opinion on this? Is there a website? Is there a parole board inbox or anything like that?
Yes. First, we have a Facebook page, Deny Parole for Anthony Fiorella. And there's a tab that people can press and it automatically sends a letter. There is a website with the Department of Corrections, and it'd probably be best if perhaps I could provide that to you and you can post
Please.
it, because it's a bit laborious.
Go ahead.
I will definitely get that to you.
Okay, you get that to me. In the meantime, you get that to me. I'll post it on X. And in the meantime, I want people to go to Deny Parole for Murderer Anthony Fiorella on Facebook. Deny Parole for Anthony for Murderer Anthony Fiorella. Tim, thank you for taking time with me today.
Yep. Thank you so much. And you know, a prison chaplain told us long ago, most convicts find Jesus in prison, but most of them leave Jesus in prison. Fiorella has earned several religious degrees, but he still remains of a hardened heart, up to including he's hell-bent on re-victimizing this family. And as you know,
I can't believe they're putting you through this. I really can't. I've got to run, Tim, but we will get that posted, and I'll make sure people know about it by August 15th. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it very much. I also appreciate the people in this audience who will no doubt go and visit Deny Parole for Murderer Anthony Fiorella.